Hello. My name is Justin Castillo, and I'm gonna start today by saying this verse. This verse from Second Timothy. My fault. Let me speak up. My name is Justin. Um, and I'm gonna start today by saying Second Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For the Spirit God gave us doesn't make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. I'll round that off to saying I feel like as humans, we have this attachment to how we see our life going in a lot of aspects. It might be good, it might be bad, but I do see, especially within myself, that I get comfortable being attached to my past and my present. I'm sorry, not my present. That's actually the issue I'm having right now. I get attached to my past, to my future, and to stuff that isn't really there. It's there, but we get so scared and we get so much feared and we feel so much like anxiety, so much nervousness, so much emotions based off of situations that just like isn't in our control at the end of the day. Whether it's in our control or not, we hold attachments to stuff that is gonna disappear. And I feel like as humans, we just put too much justification on our emotions and what we go through in the moment instead of experiencing it and understanding why as people we go through emotions instead of looking at what we go through and looking at it as an experience to like better ourselves. Especially in my point of view, I look at a lot of like downfalls I go through and I ask myself like, why am I going through this? And I try to understand, but I can't understand on a why something is happening to me. You can't understand life based off of something that you have no control, you have no reason to why it's happening. And that's just the true 100% feeling. I don't even know why I'm choosing to speak on this or why it came up in my brain, but I'm a very attached person, and I attach myself not just to people, but a lot to people, a lot to emotions, and a lot to what I want my life to be or what I expect my life to be. And I feel like living your life based off of an expectation is always just gonna fail you, because an expectation not the only isn't it isn't concrete, but it's ever changing. What you expect out of yourself, what you expect out of other people, what you deem is right, what you deem is wrong, is gonna always change, and it's always just gonna be something not that doesn't exist, but isn't something for you to base how you feel and how you look at life off of. I was a person, I've looked at life, I went through a lot of stuff in my life, and not bad stuff in the sense of like, I went through stuff because of other people, and this person made me feel like this person. No, I felt like I went through a lot of like emotional hardships because of the perspective that I had on a lot of the emotions and a lot of stuff that was outside of my control. And that's very important. If you prioritize an emotion, you're always going to feel empty because an emotion comes and goes. I'm going to feel happy today. I'm going to feel sad tomorrow. I'm going to feel sad tomorrow. I'm going to feel happy the next day. I'm going to feel happy the next day. I'm going to feel mad the day after. And that's life. And even if you feel it for a moment, if you feel it for 5 minutes, you feel it for 10 minutes, it's an emotion that comes and goes. So when you attach your life to an emotion, when you attach your life and base your decisions off of how you feel and not the person you are, you tend to have an outlook in life that's very not demeaning on yourself, but I'll say for me, it's very demeaning on myself. I start to look at life like in a very bitchy way. Like what Kanye said, life is depending how you dress it. And I was dressing life like a bitch, bruh. I was dressing life not too good, so of course it felt like life was treating me not too good. And it's of course it's not about looking at the good of every situation, look at the bad situation. Every situation is about experiencing life and not feeling like you're not experiencing life or you're missing out or being attached to an expectation of what you deem life is, because we're living life. This is life. Me talking on this phone, to nobody right now is life. Me being sad is gonna be life. You being sad is gonna be life. Us losing people is gonna be life. And the whole point is not to be scared of attachment, but to not let attachments, especially to things that come and go, affect how you view yourself and life. Because these things that you go through, these challenges, these emotions that you feel, there's a reason why you're feeling it, even though we don't understand it, we don't know. And that's all a part of the grand attachment of what we're scared of. We're so attached to our future, and we have so much of a fear that, like, if this doesn't go right, that doesn't go right. If I don't experience this, I won't be able to live through this. Or I don't live through this, I won't be able to experience that. And it's just like, that's not life. Life is what we're living. Life isn't the future. Life isn't what we don't know. Life isn't what we expect it to be, our expectations. This is life. Life is feeling sad, feeling happy, going through the motions, and being able to take a step back and understand I'm not my emotions. I'm not a mad person because I was mad yesterday. I'm not a sad person because I'm sad today. Or I'm not a happy person because I was happy tomorrow. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and looking at what you deem yourself special, your qualities, and what you're proud of as a person yourself. Because not even what you do is something you could be attached to forever. I was blessed to get myself a car, but my car is in my life. I can't be attached to a purchase I made 3 years ago, because that was 3 years ago. I can't be attached to situations I put myself in a long time ago, and why the expectation isn't what I expected. Because at the end of the day, life is ever changing, and you don't have control of that. You can't get attached to what you don't know. And that's the scary part about it as humans, because we tend to get attached to the unknown so much that we start to feel unknown and we start to feel lost, because we start to prioritize other stuff that's just like, is not concrete and it's not gonna be there. Just not even to satisfy you for a long time, but not gonna be a strong enough structure for you to build yourself and what you want as a person on it. Like, you could be a happy person, but that emotion of you being happy isn't gonna be enough for you to I can keep having my hands like this. That emotion of you being happy isn't enough for you to go out and live the life you want to live. You're gonna have to feel the duality of being happy, being sad, not understanding why this is going on, understanding why this is going on, and you gotta just live life to grow as a person. And if you become scared to live life because you're scared to detach from whether if it's, in my opinion, for me, I was scared to detach from people and emotions, and it grew a fear, and it made me put myself in a bubble that I was scared to experience certain emotions and understand why these emotions are important and why I go through it to evolutionize myself, not only as a person, but to grow and not take certain stuff for granted. If you're always happy, you're gonna take being happy for granted. If you're always mad, you're gonna take being mad for granted. And these emotions, they're not meant for you to be attached to, but they're meant for you to learn and experience and understand yourself and understand what you deem is right or wrong through these emotions. So, yeah, life isn't, ooh, it's hot in my car. Oh my gosh. Life isn't all about what you think you need to do. It isn't all about the fear of missing out. It isn't all about where you think you need to be and thinking you're in the right place at the right time. Life is all about living in the right place at the right time, which is living in the moment right now, living in the present, being grateful for life, being grateful for the beauty of the world, whether if you're mad, whether if you're anxious, the fact that these are emotions and this gift of life that we get to experience is at our fingertips, that could get taken away from us at any point. You always have to be understanding and grateful of not taking this opportunity that we have to live for granted, and not letting things that come and go through this opportunity affect how you actually view the gift of life. That's like you having a computer. you having a MacBook and you like, damn, I have all this homework to do, all this stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? But you won't do the homework, or you won't do the stuff, and you won't do what you got to do because you're scared the MacBook not gonna be you scared the MacBook not gonna be there by the end of the day. You have a MacBook for 24 hours. You don't know you have it for 24 hours. But since you know the MacBook gonna leave you, you know the MacBook not gonna be there, you don't want to do your homework because you know, okay, the thing's not gonna be there for me. I'm not gonna be able to rely on it, so let me not use it. And when you have that aspect of life and you just try to run away and not actually understand why you go through stuff, to understand and learn how you need to process and build yourself in life, and that's when you start living for other people. That's when you start not experiencing your own life, and that's when you start trying to experience other lives and other people's lives. And what you see in other people's lives, you see a lot of happiness, you see a lot of joyfulness. Everybody posts they're good and everybody shows you they're good, but you're not gonna see when people are struggling, when people are mad, when people are depressed, when people are on their brink and on their edge. Nobody's gonna show you that. And people that will show you that, even still, you won't see the worst of the worst of that. So whatever you think is your worst of the worst, everybody's going through the worst of the worst, and it's hitting everybody like a brick. But it's about, are you gonna take the brick to the face and you finna like keep going and still like work, like still love life and still enjoy it? Like, all right, I had this life to live, I got hurt, I got slapped in the face, I got hit in the face, but I'm back up, and I'm gonna continue to push forward past that moment? Or are you gonna stay attached to what happened and live your life through that? And I chose to make the decision to not live my life based on the past or the future or my emotions. I based to live it on myself and what I think is important, which is, for me, is important to love myself, love those around me, and ultimately the number one thing that I was thinking when I first said like about having this conversation, even thought about like, you know, doing this, is prioritizing my relationship with God, you know, with Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, and just being able to have a stronger structure than things that could come and go. Because when you structure your life on things that could come and go, when it's not there, you're going to feel so empty. You're going to feel like there's a void you need to fill. And when you have something to rely on that you know is always going to be a strong structure, that you don't even have a void to fill, because you're only going to be able to add on to yourself because that void is getting filled by something else, you're going to understand that, okay, these emotions, what I'm going through, what's happening, is for a reason. Because at the end of the day, I still have this structure and this stance that whatever happens is not going to tear me down. It's not going to break me up. It's not going to break me apart. So I'm very grateful that I have God on my side. I'm very grateful to be a follower in Jesus Christ, and to honestly be thankful that I could pray every day and think about salvation and not be scared of the fact to give my life to God. And that's why I feel like I have not that much of an issue with understanding, okay, I need to detach. Everybody's different though. Everybody has their own way of finding their structure. Everybody has their own religion. Everybody has their own thing. And I don't knock anybody for anything, but you can't get attached to stuff that's gonna come and go in life. And most, if not almost everything in this life is gonna come and go. So you can't get too attached to all that. You just gotta be a person. You gotta love yourself, and you could be attached, you could love things, you could have a certain level of attachment, but you can't love yourself. And I mean, you can't love other things and be attached to other things and the outcome of things, and how you can't obsess over how stuff is going to go if you're not obsessing over yourself and obsessing over the person you are and being grateful for the person you are. And that's the most important thing in this life. So love you, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, I love you, but you know what I'm saying? God loves you too. And I know within all our hearts, we all have the power to love ourselves. Whether we don't like it or not, whether we like it or not, we all do have that power to really love ourselves and understand why God, or why we're here and what's our purpose here. Even though it might be harder for people to understand it, it might be easier for people to understand it, but there's a reason why we're all here. There's a reason why we're not dead yet. And God, or you, but I'll put it on God, I'll put it on Jesus Christ. Jesus still has a lot of work to do on a lot of us. And you don't have to focus because your book is already written. Just keep living the story, and you're gonna see the ending, and we're all gonna have beautiful endings. So I'm sweaty in my car. Oh my gosh, I don't even know why I decided to do all that, but something told me just speak my heart out. So thank y'all. I'm saying y'all, nobody listen, but love yourself, love yours, and be thankful, because you don't know when you're gonna die. You don't know when's your last day. You don't know how your next day gonna be. So just be grateful for the moment that you get to live in and be present in. Amen. Peace.